Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Rave with Mara. And today on the podcast, I talked about a couple of themes ranging from loan app guys to Binani to APC to the 26-year-old lady in House of Rep in Kwara State. So the current show that I'm watching, I know I'm late on it, but even though. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so before I get it jump into it, I want to tell you guys about my week. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but I've been having this sort of week where you are there, but you're not really there. Like you are in an outer body experiencing something. That's how I felt like this entire week. Now to the loan app guy. So my colleague sent me a video where somebody was complaining, not even complaining, lamenting bitterly about loan apps and how they disgrace people and whatnot and whatnot. And here is the thing, right? I have used the app before. So when I was working in Lagos in IFS would pay their salary like on 5th or 7th of every month. So which meant that if you were, and the salary was shit to begin with, to be honest. Before the month runs out, you would need money to do some running around. So there was this my colleague then I was an intern, so I was 7, right? And he was like a full-time staff. He introduced me to this one called Branch. Branch, then we used to take like 2K, 3K, 5K, just something to help us transport to work, pending when the salary would come in. And I tell you this, I used Branch for 2 months. Like, I kid you not. I used it for 2 months and I realized that like it makes your life easy because you start from borrowing or taking out small amounts or small bits that you feel like, it's a small bit that I can pay off my salary. So before you know what's up, it becomes a habit. I'm very sure that my friend, still uses them. Not because, well, maybe because the economy is shit, but also because it is very convenient. But that video, the person was lamenting on how somebody had lost a job and lost his wife because the loan app sent messages or text messages to everybody telling them, oh, this person is a debtor, he owes me money, he's not a good person. Now here is the thing, they were saying that it's because there are no regulations or whatever guiding these financial applications or apps, But I'll tell you this. Let's be honest. There are times that like you can actually make do with your means, but for some reason or because you feel like you have this other option on the side, you would end up having to loan money from those guys. Now, these financial institutions have told you over and over again that when you do not pay back their money, this is what the repercussion is going to be. And I know for a fact, because I've used this thing back in 2019, that they would usually send you text messages or emails, depending on which one the financial app is tilting to. They would have sent them a couple of messages telling them it's time for you to pay up. But then these guys actually ignore. And at the end of the day, these guys now go through the bigger route of sending messages to everybody. I remember 2 years ago, one of my lecturers in uni learned. He wasn't my lecturer, like he wasn't in my department, he was in a different department, but we were close. 2 years ago, I was at work. A very shitty job at that. My salary was shit. And I get this text message telling me, this person on your contact list has put you as guarantor and what, he owes us money. If you see him anywhere, blah, 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 blah. I was so mad. I remember because that was my first time of actually seeing that. When I got that text message, I got really pissed. I don't understand what kind of close relationship do I have with you that you would put my name as your guarantor for a money thing. And he was like, no, calm down, this is not what is happening. And then he went on to explain, oh, before ASU thing, he took out money to do pond, like a fish pond, and then the ASU thing came about and he was not able to pay back. But then he had told them to give him till the end of the week. This is embarrassing, let's face it. And he just kept thinking of how many other persons would have gotten that same text message. I also remember another of my colleague had traveled, I think in 2021 or last year. I went on leave and then I came back, and next thing on my work group I saw that my HR had removed one of my friends. Like, out of panic, I just picked my phone and I called this guy. I'm like, what's up? I don't understand. What happened? Were you sacked or did you resign? Why did you talk to me about it? And he goes, oh no, the thing was I took out money from a loan app and they were sending messages to people. So apparently they thought it wise to take me off. And again and again and again, it's not like people are not seeing these things. I feel like it becomes a habit, to be honest. That's how I feel. It's a habit. So like, if you know that this is what they do at the end of the day, it's like all those loan sharks. When you watch white movies and you see those loan sharks, they tell you this is what will happen to you if you're not able to meet up with this demand, and they agree and they sign to it. So at the end of the day, it's like, you see shark, they come, you took head inside, say at the last minute I'll be able to pull off. And I think that is just it. Coda, when I was using Coda, I hadn't used Coda for up to like 3-4 months when they gave me overdraft. I remember that it was so good a thing, like, because I figured before my days are finished, boom, I'm taking overdraft. Before whatever happens, boom, I'm taking overdraft. So I realized that like it made my life easy, because I didn't have to go to any of my friends to ask them for a quick cash, like, oh, I ran out of money, my budget this month ran off, so I didn't have money to pay so and so and whatnot. But like, I realized at the end of the month, even after making budget, I can't stick to that budget because my mind is fixated on that overdraft that is in Kuda, that Kuda was giving me on a platter. But this is bullshit. Why is it that at the end of every month I'm having to pay back this money that for something that I had originally budgeted for in that month? So I just deleted the app. Yeah, so that's that on that. Now over to politics. Okay, so on Monday, Adamawa State had their election, their gubernatorial election results collated, and just before it was to be announced, we thought that a woman was going to emerge as the governor of Adamawa State, first of its kind in Nigeria. So you can imagine, myself, like everybody else, was so happy, or every woman out there was so happy that, yay, this is going to be a dream come true. This is going to be first of its kind. Oh my God, a woman really becoming a governor in Nigeria. In Nigeria, where our system, our society is practically and highly patriarchal. So it was like, oh my God, is this really happening? And we started putting out, oh my God, wow, Binani did it. Oh my God, Dairashatu did it. And then one of my friends on my list from the States had to explain a couple of things to me, and I had to like pump my brake, like, okay. And this lady calls my attention to it, and she's like, yo, I'm in the States and I'm from the States, and this and this and this is what has been happening. And I went on to do a little more digging, and thankfully I have a very strong APC supporter that I used to know. We did a little bit of politics when I was in uni learning. So he now reached out to me. When he saw my post, he reached out to me, and he gave me a lot more background info on her and whatnot. And before I knew what was happening, it became a thing of, oh no, they were cancelling some local government where she had amassed the most votes. Okay, why? What's happening? Now, this lady from Adamawa tells me it rigged. And I said, okay, is this a thing of, this is APC's, APC is an embodiment of rigging. This is what they do. This is what we know them for, right? But now, is this a function of her being in APC, or is she just a terrible person outside of her senatorial position? I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. And then we are finding out that the reason that those local governments were cancelled, results were cancelled, was because they were highly rigged. It now takes us to, oh wait, the electoral materials that were produced were being handled by her family members. Like, how? Hey, over and over and over again in Nigeria, we let ourselves do the unthinkable. How would you allow somebody who is running in that particular year, who has an interest in that election, to handle electoral materials? Is there nobody, or was there nobody else in the entire country that could have handled that? So apparently the votes that were counted in some of those local governments were more than people, like registered voters. So apparently either APC happened, well, I would say APC happened, and her family also happened, because shortly after her running mate was announced as the governor, Sahara News did a report hinting on the fact that she may as well have been a fraudster all along. So I remember that even before these people reached out to me to clarify some information, I had said something about, oh, I get that we want women in politics, and I also get that it is okay for parties to push women, but I think because we are a lot more concerned about the first woman who is going to be the first governor in Nigeria to be upright. Yes, because how many, if we are being honest, I get that, because I also wrote about it, and now I'm having a second thought, because I'm like, okay, I had said that it would be weird. APC always pride themselves on being a party that gives a platform to young youths, young people, and also to women, because again, in Kwara State, a 26-year-old Rashida Shitu, I think, I don't know if I murdered that name, but yeah, emerged as a House of Rep. Then we have Yaya Bello of my state, that is very incompetent, to say the least, of several things that he is. And I know that it is okay and it is a step in the right direction, but these people that they are bringing out for representation's sake, are they really the right persons? Or are they just doing it to get sympathy from people? Like, oh yay, a young person is campaigning, or a young person, so because we are all young people, let's support this person. Or, oh, it's a woman is the flag bearer, so because it's a woman, let's support this person. Now, my second thought is this. If we're being honest, I feel like we are putting a lot more pressure on women because it's women. How many governors, or how many, let me not put it that way, how many men do we have in public service who are not national disgrace? But for some reason, we want women to be competent. All of a sudden, we now know that, oh, it's not okay for a woman to be a flag bearer and who has a shitty past. But we have your president-elect who have these several allegations, although not proven, because of course he wasn't taken to court, nothing was done, these were allegations, who emerged as the president-elect, but yet nobody is saying anything about that. Now, this is not me trying to say that, oh, all of those things she did were good. Of course, when I saw them, I was really like, oh my god, this is not good, this is not good, this is not good. But I think we are very focused on the idea that women who come out for political positions must be perfect or must be upright. But then we have their counterparts who are shitty human beings. So why do we feel that need to always come first with the, oh wait, she's not even as good as we thought she was, but as a senator she did an amazing work. Again, if we are putting pressure on women who are in political positions to not have done any shitty thing in the past, then that should be yes, everybody else should be put on that same standard, not only because, oh, you're castigating this person because she's a woman or because she's young or whatever. Let that be the mandate for everybody. And again, Peter Obi, yes, I almost forgot that. Peter Obi has released a 99 pages document that they would be taken to court against President-elect, and I'm here for it. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. I am very much here for it. I am here for it. I hope that at the end of the day, this gives us what we want. So thank you so much for tuning in. On our Instagram page, there is now a link for topic suggestions if you want to do that. Also, yeah, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, rather, watch, like, and listen on every podcasting platform.